Hey guys, Mr. T here. I'm doing another video. This one's on lines of credit, which should help you out with exercise 3F.2. It's another method of borrowing money, and obviously I've already said that borrowing money is using money that you don't have for yourself, and it's called a line of credit, also known as an overdraft. So a line of credit is usually a secured loan, and that means the borrower is putting up or risking an asset as security for the lender, and the lender is the bank or other credit union sort of place. That security can be your car, your home, or any other valuable item. And basically, they're doing that. You're risking that because if you default, if you can't pay back your payments, then the lender has the right to sell that, will take it, and then sell it to get their money back, alright? So that's why it's a secured loan, because they've got something ready to take if you can't pay them back. Interest is only charged on the credit that you've used, and generally you're calculating on a daily balance, so much like your savings accounts. The interest has to be paid by the borrower at the end of each month. That's like your savings account too, but you're paying the interest. You're not getting it. You're not getting it paid to yourself. And as the interest is a charge going to the lender, you're not adding it to the account balance. So it's calculated as simple interest as well. So it's the way you actually do the maths of this, even though the interest is being charged to you, so you're paying it, it's an expense. The way that the maths works is very, very similar to the savings accounts questions that you would have done in exercise, it would have been 3D.1, yeah? So very similar calculations to that, but you just have to keep in mind that the money is going to the lender, not to you, not into your account. So you're going to be using SI is equal to PRT formula, right? So let's run through an example so you see how this works. On May, Bronte obtained a $20,000 line of credit. It's not telling you what she's risked for that, but obviously something worth $20,000. She's opened a line of credit with a bank at a 5.25% per annum rate. On May 11th, she withdrew $10,000, and then on June 19th, withdrew a further $6,000. So how much interest does Bronte pay in May and June? Remember, they have to pay interest at the end of each month. So basically, we need to work out what the interest is per section of the month where it has the same balance, and each month as well. So first up, 1st of May to, she withdrew 10,000 on the 11th of May. So from the 1st of May to 10th of May, she has a balance of, she's used. So a balance in this case is not what's left in the line of credit, because you don't actually own that money. It's not like a savings account where that's your money. The balance in this case will be how much you've used. So balance, because she hasn't used any of that money, will be 0. Okay. 1st of May to the 10th of May, the balance is technically 0 because she hasn't used any of that $20,000 line of credit. Therefore, 0 interest for those first 10 days. That's pretty easy to calculate. SI is equal to PRT. If your rate is going to be, if your principal, the balance is going to be 0, then obviously you're not going to pay any interest. But now, on the 11th of May to, now ordinarily you might think you'd do it to June 19th, but remember, you have to remember that you are paying the interest at the end of the month. So 11th of May to how many days in May? Well, if you do a little knuckle trick, your knuckles represent 31-day months. Between your knuckles are 30-day months, so January, February, March, April, May. May's on a knuckle, so it's 31 days. 31 May. The balance is going to be, she withdrew 10,000, so her balance is going to be 10,000 over those days. And how many days was that? From the 11th to the 31st inclusive, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. That comes to 21 days. 21 days total where you've had a balance of 10,000. So now you have to do an interest calculation. Therefore, SI is equal to PRT is equal to the principal, which in this case will be the balance of how much she's used, times by the rate, which is 5.25% as a decimal, 0.0525, times by 21 days, but T is in years, so you need to do it as a fraction. 21 over 365, because there's 365 days in a year. Alright, and then just need to grab my calculator. So chuck that into your calculator, starting off with the fraction. 21 divided by 365, times that by 0.0525, times that by 10,000. Alright, so that's telling me she needs to pay approximately $30.21 interest in May, because she only had a balance from May 11th to the 31st of May. So we've answered the first part of the question. How much interest did she pay in May? $30.21 in May. For the next part, we need to work out, so we've done May, we need to work out June. I'll underline these so it's easier to see. From 1st of June to the 18th of June, because on the 19th of June, she withdrew a further 6,000. So we have to work out the interest for every time the balance changes. Here, the balance is 10,000 from 1st of June to the 18th of June, because she withdrew on the 19th. So balance is going to still be 10,000. She doesn't do anything between, doesn't do anything else with her money between May 11th and June 19th. So it stays at 10,000. How many days is that? That is 18 days inclusive. Alright, so therefore, underline that, simple interest is equal to PRT is equal to that balance of 10,000, how much she's used, times by the interest rate as a decimal, times by the number of days as a fraction of years, 365. And that approximately equals, so grab the calculator again, work out the fraction first, 18 divided by 365, times that by the rate, 0.0525, times by the balance of 10,000. That comes to $25.89. That's to do decimal places before. Need to indicate that. Interest from 1 June to 18 June to 2 decimal places that was. And we still need to work out how much interest she needs to pay for the rest of June, because she pays interest at the end of the month. So June 19, so 19 June to, let's work out how many days in June. January, February, March, April, May is on a knuckle. June is between knuckles, so it's June 30. Balance is going to be however much she's used so far. If she's used 10,000 to the 18th of June, and then she withdraws a further 16,000, her balance is going to be 16,000. And that is going to be for the 19th of June to the 30th of June. So 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that's 12 days where her balance is at 16,000. And that gives us all we need to know for the calculation. Therefore, simple interest is equal to PRT is equal to 16,000 times by the rate as a decimal times by the fraction of days. So going to approximately equal, that's $27.62 interest from 19 of June to 30 June, and that's to 2 decimal points. Alright, so to answer the question overall, therefore interest paid in June is going to be those two sections, 25.89 plus 27.62. That comes to $53.51 interest overall for the month of June. So that is how you work out the interest you need to pay on a line of credit. Just be careful, even though the calculations look very similar to a savings account that you've done before, you are not getting that interest into your account at the end of each month. You are paying it to the lender. So your money's not building here. You're paying it back to someone. Alright, so hopefully that helps you out, and I will see you in the next video.